All right, no notes today, just tears. I finally get a chance to sit at home, just enjoy watching the games of footy, cook some dinner, enjoy yourself. And my two players, they threw up 25 and 33 for a combined price point of 54, 55, and they threw up a lovely 29 average for me. So that was good fun. I did sell Haas. That worked out in some way, given he's going to lose plenty of cash. And I said anything under 70 I'd be sweet with. He got the 63, but it was my trade-in of Jaden Campbell that performed poorly, unfortunately, and he was getting up towards that 40 and then just that run of negatives to finish the game, and he finished at 38. I was like, I feel like it's like a 35, 36, and down to a 33, so that wasn't very nice at all. So, as I said, just tears in this one. But congrats to the Wars fans. The Sharks are in freefall. Two absolute shocking losses and 40-10 here against the Wars. So congrats to the Warriors fans. And the top 5 scorers in this one were Warriors, with Chanel Harris-Tavita having an absolute stormer of a game, running the length of the field. It was two slowpokes. I love it in his post game as well. He was like, whoever was chasing him, who was it? Trindle. Trindle's got some pace too. Trying to make it sound like they were both going at a rate of knots, but unfortunately, Chanel, you weren't. He said he was trying to find someone to pass it to, and then no one was there. But yeah, great game from him. 2 tries, 2 try assists. Great tackle numbers as well. For Chance Nickel Klukstad, he's had 2 back-to-back really good games, 60 plus in both of those. A couple of try saves in this one. Great run meters, the line break, and 12 tackles for a fullback as well. Some of the guys just really get involved in that frontline defense, and he's one of them. So 68 there, and just remember with the Warriors guys, they have the buys in round 15 and 18. So outside of that, they are important, but a few of these guys, not necessarily buys, but very, very clear holds. And Luke Metcalf is one of them with a 63 in this one. Just turned into something incredible since that first few rounds. He just didn't look involved. He didn't look like he was going to score points, apart from, when he got all those attacking stats in round 2. He's really blossomed into one of the keepers of the season, averaging 54, and I would definitely not sell him. He's, especially after we saw, Nico Hynes in this one, he's ahead of Nico, in my opinion, very, very comfortably at the moment in the way it looks, the way the scores are coming out as well. Definitely there. Metcalf's throwing out 70s and 2 try assists, running the footy, got the 6 goals as well. So a team that's in form, you continue holding those types of players. Very, very well done. And to average 54 for the season now, he's the one that got away. And we had expectations at the start of the season for him to score really well, and it just took a bit of time to get into it. And the Warriors, like how poorly they played in that first round, to come out like this and be basically top of the table there with the doggies is just so impressive. And Hal Seamer there, 59, got the try as well. He played great and played the full 80 in this one as well. Now, Aaron Clark getting 50 minutes. They didn't need to play him that extended amount. And there will be games there where he'll need to go longer. He came back on and then went off for a spell at the back end of the game. So he would have been up near 60 minutes, which we know is a very good number for him. But he's awesome, man. 170 run meters in 50 minutes of game time. 3 offloads, 2 tackle breaks. Runs so hard. And an awesome offload for that line break assist as well. Now, the first Shark, McInnes, 53 for him. He had 49 tackles. Had to work very, very hard in this match with the Warriors putting on the 40 points. So him and Adam Fanua-Blake, the combined 53 and 52 for those two guys. Good minutes as well, especially for Adam. I think they had McInnes go off with that HIA at the start earlier on in the game, and that kept Adam on for a little bit longer. Played the first 35 and then came back for 29 in his second stint. 1 tackle break, 1 offload, no negatives. That was good. And I suppose when you get 40 put on you, they're pretty solid scores there. Now, Fish got the try, 50 minutes. Good work for him. Some delightful ball playing for his one there. And went through untouched. So, congrats to Valmarga on that one. That was very impressive. And 49 for him in 38. Fisher Harris, I think you look at him around 16, definitely. But it's just, again, a position where there are so many guys. So it's hard to know if you should invest any cash into that section, with a lot of us having plenty of mids available. And a lot of people have held Haas so far, so I wonder how that one's going to play out as well. But a big game for Valmaga. Wilton with his return, 8 missed tackles in this one, made 45 though. Hirotti's 45, Ramian 44. So at 438k, he is a little bit more interesting. Definitely, had a better game in this one for him. And that is a pretty nice price point in that centre position if you need someone for that spot. Rogers 42, we had Nikara's 40 in this one, 35 tackles, 5 misses, 2 penalties. So not great there, and not a lot of syncing up on that right-hand side in this game with Ramian being the top scorer on that side and Hynes having an absolute Barry. Brayley had 8 missed tackles as well. It was just an absolute shocker for this side. And you see your kick meters wise, Trindle 430, Nicho Hynes 146, and this has been the factor for a while now. And people have been talking about, oh, he's hitting 50s, he's hitting 50s. It'll be, what are you complaining about? It just doesn't. It looks like we're fighting for every point at the moment, and this game showed it. He did have 1 line break assist, had the 1 offload, 5 missed tackles, a penalty, and it's 12 in negatives. For him to have 12 in negatives and still only get 25, like maybe a 40. But it's just not going to be that way this year. Like, he's not running the footy that much. And if the team's not playing that well, where's he getting his goals and his try assists that we were relying on when he was getting those 50s? So I'm annoyed at the situation, given we only had to wait one more. Well, it could have been him or Foggy, to be honest. And Fogarty has been awesome. But Hynes has been pretty good up until the last 2 games as well. So they were fairly neck and neck. A few points behind is fine. But all we had to do was wait one more week. And then since that, I've been singing Isaiah Katoa's praises as someone that could keep it up, and he's just gone to another level, Isaiah. And we just had to wait that one more week, and we would have picked up him instead of Hynes. So it is little decisions like that can be very frustrating across the season. And we'll lock that one in there. And same with Metcalf being sold and not wait to see how that one played out, and even just keeping him and not going to Gilbert in round 2 is another lesson learnt for me in this one here. I thought Sam Healy was really good, 39 in 47 minutes. Laban had a couple of good runs as well. And Sione Katoa got through the game, but he was looking pretty bang average injury-wise on that right edge at one point. But Kate Lero is the sad one of this game, and then we've got a sad one in the second from the Dolphins clash actually with Max Plath. Apparently there's a good chance he's done his ACL, which would be absolutely devastating, and I was a bit sad with him going off. Just love watching him play, and he was getting right back into it, enjoying himself out there, scoring really well fantasy-wise as well, and apparently there's a good chance he's done his ACL. So tough news there. Hopefully it isn't, but NRL Physio thinks that there's a good chance that it is, unfortunately. Iro, 30 for him. He picked up the injury as well, and hopefully it's not too long of an injury for him as well, but we know pecs usually aren't too great. Those muscle tears there are usually anywhere between 1 to 3 months, so hopefully we get some good news out of him. But again, another game, another try, and picked up a try assist as well. Just had the 2 errors which slowed him down, and no tackle breaks, no offloads, just to get the 30. So very lucky in the end if you are an owner that he got those attacking stats, because surprisingly it was a fairly low game. And of course, Iro was the guy to get all those attacking stats, as he does each and every week at the moment. So likely he's going to be a sell, and that puts a dent in next week. And that's where I'm not crying too much about Nicho Hynes, is because he is fit and available for next week. And that's where my annoying one with Supercoach was with Lehi Hopoate, that he went down injured, and we're not going to see him next week or the week after. So at least Nicho, they come up against the Dragons next week. How are they going to play that game? How are they going to go? So that's that first one, guys. Let's move on to the final game of the evening, and that was Broncos. There was 2 absolute smashings in this one. It was good to see the All Blacks kit. That was so cool. 44-14, and they played like them as well. Absolutely smashed the Titans in this one. The Broncos were great. The Titans weren't very good. So it was a combination of both. It's great to see the Broncos, when they're playing well, they're a very, very fun attacking team to watch. And Katoni Staggs had one of the better games of his last few years, definitely. 17 tackles, 2 misses, 7 tackle breaks, the try assists, the line breaks, and the try there as well. So he was awesome and top scored in this one, which was a generally lower scoring affair with so many points on the board there. But Haas and Carrigan both going for 63, and Haas playing 66 minutes in a game where they didn't need him to, I guess. You had Ben Takura who did come off, but Carrigan got the 52. I didn't see the real need for Haas to go bigger minutes, but they have a decent break now, what does go into camp, both those guys. But 10 days or so until they play their next game. So fair enough on that standpoint. And maybe they're not backing up. Who knows? They do need to post-Origin, but coming from Perth, we'll see how that one plays out in round 16. And that was kind of part of the reason for selling Haas, was just getting my funds in order. I'm looking to sell Yongi next week to, hopefully he makes a bit more cash, but sell Yongi to Teddy would be a really fun one for me. And that's why Payne Haas left my side personally. A great game from him, apart from those random couple of errors of ricochets and stuff like that there for Payne. But yeah, the big minutes, I was very glad that he didn't go over the PPM in this one like Carrigan did with that awesome try assist. And him playing in the 13 role is so much better. But as a team, they were just fit and firing and fast in this game, which we haven't seen from them in the previous ones. So Payne Haas, you can decide what you please on that one. I think everyone's got a different opinion on his. And I do think it's very team dependent on what you decide to do with him dropping in price now. And yeah, he'll be, tad under 900, I'd say. And then, backing up, will he lose some more? I think with him, you're selling now, trying to get him back in round 21, or you're holding the whole year. I don't think there's an in-between with Haas, because if you decide to hold for a few more weeks, he does drop down a bit in price. And like the reason for selling him at 930 is because he is a very high price. You can do a lot with his cash, and then hopefully he's under 900k come round 21 and we can buy him back. So if you hold him now and he gets down to like 850, then there's no point in selling him, I don't think. Now, Pete Kura with the 57, he had a really good line break there for that try assist. People say, is Pete Kura back every second week? And then he goes and plays 10 minutes off the bench. He's averaging 26 for the season. And apparently he's an Origin player, according to Ennis and whoever else was in commentary. Every time he does something good, that's why he's an Origin player. The bloke couldn't even get a game over Goz. Jack Goz, right? At the start of the season. And then he'd play off the bench. And he's had an odd game here where he's had good minutes, but he couldn't get a game over Goz and he's Origin bound. Okay. Walshy, 2 tries, try assist. It all came in a flurry at the end and absolutely electric. And he looked like he died for a bit there. But as Fizz says, that's where the PCL injuries can rear their ugly head when you're coming back, is that you can cop a knock and it's super painful. So that's what that one was. And he was able to run really well and add a lovely left foot step, not off his bad knee there for his try there. Now, Shibasaki, basically the same game, just a couple more tackles, a couple less errors there for Shiba on that one, but did have a couple of penalties. So both 54, a solid score for him, and then both Fermor 53 with just a pretty solid game overall. And a team that got whacked, you'll take that, given it was 6 Broncos before the first Titan, or should be 7 there with Reynolds at 53 as well. A solid game there. He's at an okay price. He hasn't got too cheap there to be of much interest for us. Karapani, a couple of tries. Good on him. First game of the season. You had Kelly and Sami there doing some good work out there. Camperera, a couple of tries as well. So looked like that left-hand side was where all the love was, and then some decent effort defensively for Sami on the right. Jolliffe 43 and 54. So he had a pretty decent game for one where they got smashed. If you bought into him, you'll make some cash there, and hopefully he'll be pretty solid over the next few weeks and get some decent minutes, with Fodawaker and also Tino being gone next week. Now for Ricky, 39 for him. Jensen got the try, so good to see him back out there. And again, in games like this, they've got a bye next week anyway. I don't know why Jensen's getting the lower minutes and they're still pumping Payne Haas for 60 odd. Yes, I'm a non-owner now, but they talk about managing these people through the bye period, they're winning by, like, at that point, 24, 30. Yes, they needed a win, but they weren't losing that game. Although, you'd probably say the OKC Thunder weren't going to lose that game, and they did too. Tino, 36 for him in 53. It wasn't his best game, but yeah, he had that one error there. Actually, I only gave him one in the end, fair enough. Trying to score, and that would have been nice off the kick of JC. I can't believe we haven't even got to JC yet. And we're halfway through the players. Guys like Jensen and Ricky all higher scores, and Willison in 40 minutes, higher scores than Campbell. That's sad. Tino, I think that he's definitely one that you move on from. People were holding him and Haas is the definite hold rather than Tino. Now, Campbell, they added a few extra missed tackles, had the 3 errors in there, a few unlucky ones in defence, knocking them down and stuff like that. So, lowest score of the year, of course, when we buy. That is how it works. Was moving pretty well, 25 at halftime, and then, yeah, a tough finish there in the second half for him. Hopefully, it's just a bounce back and people get him a little bit cheaper next week or the week after, however you want to play it, but he's going to be one of the better guys to own next week. It's as simple as that. That's why I bought him, and he's going to be a long-term keeper in the wing fullback position. Just be aware, guys, that if you're buying a wing fullback, you're going to get lower scores out of him. We've seen 18s from Drinky, we've seen low scores from Teddy, we've seen low scores from Karaz. It's going to happen. So let's just deal with it, move on, and still buy him, I think, over the next few weeks, guys. Brimson picked up 30 with a try assist. Mulaney with 30, if you did buy him, 62 minutes. Unfortunately for guys like him and Randall, this game was looking pretty solid, to be honest, and then it fell away. Randall was about 28 and 44 minutes, and then nothing really happened in that second half. He added sort of 3 or 4 missed tackles and hardly ran the footy. I think he maybe had one more run and only a few more tackles to his name in that one. So it was more of a standstill for the rest of the game. So that was really tough for his 28 points, and he'll be better for it, but unfortunately, if you're looking for him to make some cash, it was looking good until it wasn't. So a tough break with Randall on that one. The theory was good. They just got completely outplayed and smashed by this Broncos side. Mulaney, 30 for him. 35 tackles on the misses. He was, again, looking pretty good before everything slowed down in that second half for basically all Titans, apart from those who scored the attacking points on that left-hand side. And then, it wasn't his debut, was it? Howe got that try there. It was a good few steps. Corey Pakes, Arthur's foreign. Yeah, not a lot happening there. Old Kieran, 4 missed tackles and an error. And that's it. Leave it there, guys. They're the 2 games. We've got another couple today, Raiders and the Bunnies. Make sure I haven't personally made my trade yet for you and Aiken, but I will be. And then Tigers and the Panthers. Any Cleary captainers, good luck to you on that one. And we still got that one game tomorrow. So we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks so much for joining in for this one on your Super Sunday. Hope you're enjoying the long weekend, and we'll see you in the next